Greetings one and all, and welcome to a special Halloween Let's Play. And this one is going to be Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge for the Game Boy. The sequel to the 1989 clunker, Castlevania the Adventure. This one actually has some story as well as some different elements, and is not Let's Played very often compared to the other Castlevania games. But, there is some plot. Unfortunately, the text is also extremely slow, so that is something we're both gonna have to bear in mind. I don't know, I might actually speed these parts up from now on. But either way, this is just recapping the events of the first Game Boy game. And it turns out we are playing as Christopher Belmont. So right now what happened was, in the time between their last confrontation, Chris had a son, and Soleil was supposed to take over. And yeah, this is just going on for a while. So anyway, this is the first time that Dracula tries to take over another vampire hunter. I know he tried doing the same thing to Richter in Symphony of the Night, but that was a while before this one. I mean, this one came first, or this idea. But this is actually a very unique Castlevania game in which, while it plays the same as the classics, there are a few elements that are very different that they don't do in other Castlevania games. And you will see what they are. Just when this text is finally finished scrolling so I can get to playing the game. Yes. So anyway, that was the plot of this game. So you get a start, you also get a password. So let's just go ahead and get this started. Now there is something very unusual for a Castlevania game, a Mega Man style stage select. You can choose these ones in any order you want, and it really doesn't make a difference, but for the sake of this Let's Play I'm just going to go with the easiest one first, which is the Crystal Castle. There's also a little animation showing off the backgrounds in this castle. But yeah, the unique things about this game is that besides the stage select, you also get different atmospheres as well as the same weapons you got in the first game. But this time you can actually get a whip that shoots projectiles. And what's annoying is, our first annoying enemy of the game is the birds. These blocks will break if you stand on them for too long, so just don't stand on them for too long. And you're also going to be using a lot of ropes, and fortunately there are no stairs in this game. Instead you have rope ladders to climb up and down. When you get 2 of those crystal balls, you can get a projectile for your whip. The first crystal ball made your whip longer and stronger, that's what she said. And the only 2 sub-weapons you get in this game are Holy Water and the Axe. And the projectile is also very useful, as you will no doubt see. And horizontal platforms are going to be an ongoing gimmick in this game, as well as vertical platforms, which you will see soon. And the thing with the Crystal Castle, and the reason I started it first, was it is a very basic castle. And might as well just get an axe while I'm here. And yeah, it is basic in its platforming and as well as its gameplay and its enemies. Later on you're going to be seeing different enemies for particular stages. But this one just decides to start with the basics. And one reason I am Let's Playing this particular Castlevania game instead of one of the other more popular ones like the first one for the NES is this is a very good game that really doesn't get enough respect for what it is. And that it's a pretty fun platformer, or action platformer, as well as a very challenging one too. I just gotta make it up here. This guy will shoot projectiles at 45-degree angles, either up or down, and if those things hit you, they end up taking away whatever whip power you have. So if you have the projectile, you'll lose that, and then if you have the stronger whip, you'll also lose that one and go back to your basic one. These are eyeballs, and the eyeballs explode upon you whipping them, so just be careful with them and not jump into them like that. And this is one thing you can do different in this game compared to other Castlevania games, and that's jet down the rope ladder, which you're gonna have to do to avoid that spiked wall. Yeah, see, all you have to do is hold down and then A in order to do so. And for this part, you do have to make sure you have your timing down whenever you go to the spikes, and then just jump off and whip this guy. The pikemen are pretty easy to handle. They take 3 hits to kill with a powered up whip, but they are very slow, so that makes things a lot easier. And this is one of the many gimmicks you are gonna see is going out and retracting spikes. And fortunately in this game, spikes aren't instant kill, but the thing that does make this game very challenging is that it's very hard to find health power-ups. Actually, I don't even think there are any. But I mean, I'll have to check back with that just as... or once I get further in the game. And the way to do this is just keep whipping those eyeballs, and then eventually it'll create an opening. Later on, those explosions are going to cause problems, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Here you get an alternate pathway. You can either go up or down. This time I'm gonna... Nah, I don't want to screw with that guy. I'll go up. And fortunately, they do give you plenty of time, so it's not like I'm pressing for time or anything. So I can just climb up this rope ladder pretty slowly. And controls for the sub-weapons are the exact same as in the NES games. And see, right here is where you're gonna start getting awkwardly placed enemies on either rope ladders or on platforms. This is just some basic platforming, and it just helps you get used to the controls at this point. Well, you know what, I don't think I want that. I'll just let it fade. So I just had to make these jumps. And right here, the reason I let that holy water go is because I want to pick out these bats with the axe. And I have my reasons for it. And there is still knockback in this game, but it's not as bad as or not as pronounced as other Castlevania games. And these are just jellyfish. They kind of go after you. Once you get closer, they go either up or down and then just start following you. Fortunately, they're not too tough as long as you have the good reaction time and just good warning. So let's just make our way over to the left. I think you can get some bonuses if you go down, but I'm not going to check it out. Also, some of these alternate pathways can be a little bit trickier than other ones with less reward. And whenever you hear this music, that means you're close to the boss. So let's just go ahead and whip this one. Whenever you get this crystal, that means the boss is going to appear. And how this boss fights is that you have to get the crystal, and then it's going to shoot that bolt of lightning at you, and that lightning will spread. So what I'm going to try and do here is just wait until it stands still, or wait until the cloud stands still, and then strike. And this is an easy boss to start with because he is not that tough to hit, and also that cloud doesn't really do a whole lot of damage compared to other bosses. There is one boss in particular that probably will give me some fits, but we'll see that soon. So just one more, and he's done. Also, you can't hit that wizard or whatever it was whenever whenever he's fully showed up. Also, points do matter in this game because you can get extra lives if you get I think 20,000 points. I think it's either 20,000 and I think it goes up every 10,000. But yeah, with that we are done with the first castle in the game. So join me next time as we take on more castles and hopefully find out where our son is. See you then.